everyone, welcome back to my math channel online again. Welcome. Today is a beautiful sunshine day. The weather in BC, Canada is not so hot, not so cold, and with the sunshine, it makes everybody happy. So anyway, we hope for after the raining day is always the sunshine go back again. So in this video today, I would like to show you another problem solving involving with the polynomial question. The purpose, I would like to at least show you 2 videos about how we solve the word problem. The purpose of this exercise is just help you to be able to read and analyze the problem, the words, and then we interpret, we analyze, and we set up the function, we model the function by ourselves based on the word problem. So that's the main idea. The solving part of it, you can do it on your own. After you set up the function, you can use synthetic division or long division that I showed you before and figure out. But the main point is how we be able to interpret the word problem and be able to model our own function based on the problem so we can solve it easily. Because math gives us the tools, the formula for us to follow the patterns and being able to use our common sense to set up the correct equation, the correct function. Now, as long as we set the correct function, then we'll be able to solve it. If we set it up in the wrong illogical way, then we'll not be able to solve the problem. So that's the beautiful about math is we read the data, we analyze, and we put in the human thinking, how we're going to set up it. And any particular problem have the own way of how you want to set up. It guides us, it gives us a tool to set up based on whatever the formula to show us. And therefore, learning math is learning tradition, learning traditional way. I am not against teaching math in a traditional way because that's how math has been learned from centuries ago. They're only creative way to make it shorter, to make it easier to solve the problem. But if we follow the formula in mathematics, right? The formula pattern itself help you to set up the short way to solve it. Sometimes you'll be able to solve by too much thinking and develop a new patterns. But the new patterns is a lot of work. Instead of using the old pattern tradition before, using the formula, and we solve it a lot more easily. So anyway, let's read the first question and see how it's going. An open-top rectangular box is constructed by cutting a square of length x from each corner of a 12 centimeter by 15 centimeter, and then folding up the sides with x bigger than or equal to centimeter. What size of a square to be cut to have a volume of 160 centimeter cube? So on the board, I demonstrate this problem by the rectangular. And the length from here to here equal 15 centimeter. The width from here to here equal 12 centimeter. So the problem say this rectangular will be cut 4 corners here with the side of length of x for each side of the square here. So this from here to here is x, from here to here, x, from here to here, x, So they aren't equal. The side of 4 corner cut here is unequal. And folding up a side with x bigger than or equal to 2 centimeters. So they warning us that this x cut have to be bigger than 2 centimeters or equal at least 2 centimeters. It's not going to be cut less than. So if we cut by 1, it's not the problem want you to do. The problem want you to do, x have to be bigger than or equal to 2 centimeters. So x can be 3, can be 4, can be 5, but not 1. So that's the idea. What size of the square to be cut to have a volume of 162 centimeter cube? So the question asks for what size of the x, what x equal. So first, let's establish the formula to solve this first. The polynomial formula, right? That's the problem want us to do. So let me show you. I have demonstrated this is the rectangular. From here to here is 15, and from here to here is on the way from here to here to is 12. But then I was able to cut the 4 corner here, right? Because I cannot cut this bar, but I can cut this, right? So let's say each square here have a side from here to here, from here to here is x side, right? And I cut it. And you can see that I mark here, right? X and X, so I cut it. So now I will be able to fold up like this as the opening box. So now I have an opening box. And the height, if you notice, is when I fold it, what happened? The height of this box is actually, the height of this box is actually exactly the height of the side of the square, x square here, I cut it, right? So you can see that it's matching, right? This height equals this height, right? This height equals this height. So now I know in my new box, right? The length and the width is no longer 15 and 12 anymore because it will cut it short. So when I fold it, the box is shrunken, right? The length is shrunken, it's shorter than before. Instead of on the way from here to here, now it's only from here to here, right? From here to here. So you can see that the side of the box, the side of the length of the box is shorter, as well as the width of the box is also shorter, right? Instead of on the way from here to here is 12, now I cut it and I fold it so it no longer to be 12. And one thing we for sure to know that the height of the box here equal the x cut, we cut it, right? So therefore, when you find this, you just say, okay, the height of the box equal x. That's the first thing you notice. The length of the box will be 15 minus the x from here to here, right? This x. Also minus the x from here to here. So minus 2x, not just 1x, right? That's the length of the box. And the width of the box will be equal on the way from here to here is 12 minus 2x as well. So our volume of the new box would be V of x equal length times width times height, which is 12 minus 2x multiplied with 15 minus 2x and multiply with an x. So if we multiply them, and this volume will be equal to 162. So again, if we don't want to cheat and we want to do it formally, you will multiply all of this together, right? And get the equation. So let's get it out first to see what happens. So I'm going to time this with this. So what do I get? 12 times 15. 12 times 15. I got 180 180, right? This number times this number. Minus this times that will be 24. 12 times 2x, 24x, right? And now time this with this, I will get minus 30x. And time this with this, I got plus 4x squared. So now all of this will time with an x outside again, right? So I will get 180x minus 24x times x is minus 24x squared minus 30x times x is 30x squared and plus 4x to the power 3. So this equation will become, now this is for the second problem, so I'm going to move from here to here, right down here. So my volume polynomial function will be equal v of x, right? Will be equal, let's put in descending order for x to the power 3. Now this and this, we can add them together because they look exactly the same, like term. So I'm going to add them and equal 54x squared minus 54x squared. And the other one is adding 180x. So this on the right hand side, but I can move it over to the left and change it become negative, right? 162. So this is the polynomial function. And you can do the trial by splitting this number by the factor of 2 times with 162 times divided by 2, 162 divided by 2 equal 81. You can also keep this 2 here, but 81 you can split become 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, right? 4 times will be 81. 3 to the power 4, yes, 81. So you can try to use the factor 2 first, substitute in this equation and figure out, is this polynomial division by the factor 2 or the factor 3, right? So that is how you do it when you do the synthetic division. But let's say if we cheat, we want to use the cheating methods to make it quick, right? I'm going to show you how we cheat. So we ask, don't tell me that I tried to tell you to cheat in the school. It's not, just not the way it is, right? We just cheat here so that we can make the dash is more easily. 12 times minus 2x, 15 minus 2x times with x. Let's say if we make x equal 3 and see what happens. So we say V3 will be equal 12 minus 2 times 3 is 6, right? So if x is 3, we have 12 minus 6, which is become 6. Time with 2x is 6, 15 minus 6 is 9, right? 9 and 6, 15, yeah. So 9. And the x equal 3. So let's see how much it look like. If we cheat like this, we have 6 times 9 times 3, 162. So now we know that if we put the x equal 3 in here, the left side equal 162, the right side equal 162. Basically, if we move it over, 162 minus 162 equals 0. So yes, x equal 3 is working. So now the answer for this, the question asked for x. Now we can answer x equal 3 centimeter. And that's it. They don't ask for the height, they don't ask for the length, they ask for x. Then we answer x equal 3 centimeter. That's how we solve this problem. So the thing is, set up the polynomial equation in the reasonable way is more important than the number you put in and try to guess, right? So that's the idea. Now I'm going to show you the next question as well, right? So let me read to you the next problem and how we're going to solve the next problem. So the next problem is a shed is constructed in the shape of a cube with a triangular prism forming the roofs. The total height of the shed is 6 meters with a volume of 80 meter cube. Find the length of the size of the shed. So let's examine this shape. A shed is constructed in the shape of a cube. So you can see down here is a cube, right? A cube. And on the top of the cube is formed by a triangular prism. Now we call this triangular prism because the face of the triangle here is a triangle, right? So we have two faces here is a triangle, and in the middle is a rectangular shape. But the two faces on the left and the right here is a triangle. And this is the height from here to here is the height of the triangle, right? Of this triangle. And this is the height. And it says that the total height of the shed, which is all the way from here to here, is 6 centimeters. 6 meters, sorry, not centimeter, 6 meters, right? All the way from here to here. Fortunately, we know from here to here is x, right? The same like from here to here. So to figure out the height of triangle, we know this is the height of triangle. Equal all the way from here to here 6 meters minus all the way from here to here is x meter. So 6 minus x is the height of the triangle. What else we notice? This cube have the same length, and that's why it's called a cube, right? The cube happens when length equal width equal height, right? And they all equal the x size. And we call x because we don't know how much is the are they, but we know the side equal the side, which is x, equal the side is x. From here to here is x. So all the way from the top to here 6 minus this x to get this height of the triangle. So now the question say, with a volume of 80 meter cube, the volume of the total volume here. So this volume here is a total volume, right? The volume of V1 at V2. V1 is the volume of the cube, and V2 is the volume of the triangular prism. Triangular prism. So that's the total volume. And the total volume here equals 80 meter cube. Find the length size of the shed. So we're going to find the x again, right? We're going to find what x here equal. We're going to find that again. So now I'm going to, sorry for my cell phone. So now what I'm doing is I am going to find the volume of this based on this shape, right? So we know that our volume, total volume, will be equal, our total volume will be equal V1, which is the volume of the cube, which is x to the power 3, right? X length times width times height, and exactly the same x, so x to the power 3, x times x times x. Volume of the prism will be volume of triangular prism. Volume of the triangular prism will be volume of triangular prism. Okay, so this is the triangular prism, right? Will be equal the base here, and the base here is base x as well. From here to here, right? It's the base x. Time with height, and the height here is 6 minus x. right? The height of the triangle is 6 minus x. So base times height divided by 2. And all of this will time with the length of the prism all the way from here to here, right? So we find the face of one area of one triangle time with the length of the prism. And the length of prism from here to here is the same like this length, right? So therefore, we time with x again. So that is the whole volume total, right? So now let's simplify it. It will be x to the power 3 adding with, this will be 6x squared. And sorry, just 6x. 6 times x is 6x minus x squared. And all of this time with x again outside and divided by 2. So volume of the x here will be equal x to the power 3 adding with this times this will be 6x squared. This time this will be minus x to the power 3, right? This time this. And all of this divided by 2. Okay, so 6x squared minus x to the power 3 divided by 2. Yes. And this volume will be equal to 80. So in order to make it easily, I am going to do like this. I'm going to do common denominator here, right? So I need to do common denominator. I will have volume of the x will be equal to 2x to the power 3, adding with 6x to the power 2 minus x3, right, equal 80. All of this over 2, right? Because I have to do common denominator. So now I'm going to kick this up. So volume of x will be equal, and this is x to the power 3 and this is 2x to the power 3. So I'm going to make it become just x to the power 3. I'm going to add this term, right? Adding with 6x squared and kick this number up. So I will have minus 160 equals 0. So now our job is figure out what x will be, make this expression become 0, right? So we're going to split this, and this will be 4 times 16, no, sorry, 4 times 4 times with 0. What I'm doing, sorry. 4 times 4, 16 times with 10, right? So that is 160. Now what else can we do? Can we split in another way? So if I split this, will be 5 times 2, right? And so we have 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, so 4 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 2. Okay, so let's split it this way. 16 times 10. I'm going to split this, become 4 times 4 times 5 times 2, right? So now which number we try to put in? Now my inspection is I'm going to try the 4 first. So I'm going to say V4, right? Will be equal 4 to the power 3. add 6 times with 4 to power 4 is 16. Minus 160. Do we get 0 in here? Let's see. 4 to power 3 is 64. Adding with 6 times 16 will be 96. So 96 add 64. Yes, minus 160 gets 0. So it turned out x equal 4 is the answer. So what is the question asked for? Find the length of the size of the shed. So now we know this x equal 4. From here to here 4, from here to here 4. So that is how we answer these two word problem applied to the polynomial function. This stuff is not so hard. It's just how the way we interpret the word problems and we put in the polynomial function. So I show you 4 of them, and my expectation to you that this should be enough for you to get going. If you read the word problem, you'll be able to set up the word problem on your own and solve for it, right? So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for our next video. I will show you how to sketch the polynomial function and related to the shape of the graph related to the multiplicity. And so we will explore what is the term of multiplicity in the polynomial. So stay tuned for our next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy, and bye for now.